Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aiman Shah bin Abdul Khalif and my metric number is A19A0022.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Arif bin Ahmad Sujaini. My number metric is A19A0333.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nur Amna binti Muhammad Nur. My metric number is A19A0522.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nuridani binti Muhammad Salam. My metric number is AY9A0608.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Soliha binti Abdul Halim Koh. My metric number is A19A0617.
According to the Shafi'i Legal School, salam is the sale of a well-defined item to be provided by the seller in the future. According to the Hanbali School, salam is to pay now a price for a well-defined item that remains a burden on its seller until he fulfills it at a specific future time. Salam means selling of a deferred commodity for a new price or buying of a deferred commodity for a present price, according to the Hanafi Legal School. The Maliki School defines salam as an exchange contract in which one of the parties involved becomes indebted to the other, but his indebtedness is neither tied to a current good nor a usufruct, and the contract requires the exchange of two distinct commodities. The salam contract achieved the primary goal by meeting the seller's need and allowing the customer to purchase the commodity at a lower cost. However, the buyer would also have to pay extra for the identical goods in a spot sale.
Typically, in terms of transaction involving agriculture, sales-based prefer model theory involving middlemen as first-party agents such as bank, as financial, and the middlemen are bank agents offering such product in the agricultural aspect. They will provide market-deemed crops. It is because it reduces the number of parties involved in bringing crops from the farm to the market and will provide high financial benefit to farmer. Thus, the theory of this sale-based model is very much in line with the type of sales in agriculture sector transactions. Addition content in a sale-based contract is that the price must be paid in full in advance at the time the contract is made. Second, each feature of the provided product must be specified at the time the contract is made. The third is the excess price must be paid in cash. The fourth is the guarantee sending the product from the seller must be in the form of paper and written spread with his signature on the product. The fifth is that a contract can be terminated if a seller dies before the delivery of product is made. Sixth, a seller is not allowed to change the quantity, quality, and place of exchange of the product once the contract is signed and the price is paid. Seventh, both parties involved are able to change or cancel the contract by mutual agreement. The last is the sale-based product cannot be expressed as weak on certain parts of the land. Principle applied by sales-based refer to validity of the sale and purchase agreement in the sales base of an object or product must be in the physical or constructive ownership of a seller. This principle is also based on three parts that product must assist. A seller should have ownership of the object, and ownership alone is not enough. That it means in addition to ownership, the object must also be in the seller ownership, either physically or constructively.
I will present about the issues and challenges of Islamic sale-based product. Firstly, the price fixing. The buyer or bank pays the seller less than the current market price at the time of the transaction. Therefore, the seller is unable to negotiate the price as he wishes. This is analogous to paying hidden interest on a loan or compensating money for time value. Next, salam contract financing is still dealing with a number of risk and risk management issues. The salam contract risks that any financial institution must bear is usually in the form of farmer default due to crop failure. In the event of harvesting problem of crop failure, the financial institution will face default risk. Lastly, in the case of buy salam, the financial are incompetent in advantages because they would have to contend in the commodity market for sale with more experienced intermediaries and possibly produce. As a result, the sale pricing and marketability of buy salam contract commodities may differ.
Today I will explain about the discussion in this assignment. In this discussion, we have two components, namely the comparison between buy al-salam and buy al-istisna and the solution of the issue buy al-salam. The first is the comparison between buy al-salam and buy al-istisna. The first point is the subject of a buy al-istisna is always something that requires manufacturing, while buy al-salam can affect anything whether or not it requires manufacturing. Buy al-istisna focus solely on one field, that of the manufacturing, while the buy al-salam on the other hand cover all fields, particularly agriculture. The second point is the buy al-salam require the price be paid in full in advance, while the buy al-istisna does not need this. It is possible to pay for buy al-istisna installments, where al-istisna might pay in the installment to use the item ahead of time. Buy al-salam on the other hand must pay in full before obtaining the ordered goods. The third point is the buy al-salam contract cannot be unilaterally terminated once has been executed, while buy al-istisna contract can be terminated before the manufacturer beginning work. Buy al-salam is unable to terminate the agreement solely because one side does desire the goods. Buy al-istisna on the other hand has the right to cancel the contract before the manufacturer creates the goods. The second is the solution to the issue in buy al-salam. The first point is to do the parallel buy al-salam. Parallel salam simultaneously completes two buy al-salam transactions, one between bank and client and another between bank and provider or supplier or another third parties. Because the buyer has already turned over the money, the parallel salam plan is particularly attractive for Islamic banks. The second point is the making a group buy al-salam financing. This is the situation when using the buy salam contract with the group structure to apply the notion of the financing to farmer to the Islamic Finance Cooperative or Baitul Mal Bil Tamwil or BMT. The government will also maintain a saving account which the member of the group will contribute a little amount on monthly, yearly or crop season basis. The third point is to develop a marketing network. Following the harvest, Islamic banks should establish a marketing network for the agricultural product in order to assist farmers in selling their product and maintain the financing capital turnover. To ensure that all the products generated are sold at the higher rate, Bank Islam will need to implement a strong marketing strategy. This will result in increased revenue for the certain parties.
I will present my part, which is a conclusion. First, this study has discussed the issues and the challenge of Islamic sale-based product. We discovered that Bay As-Salam still face a number of hazard and risk management concern among the issues and challenge we investigated through the topic of sale-based product. So, we suggested that Bay As-Salam build a larger marketing network in order to assist farmers in establishing their companies. Bank Islam should establish a network to promote agriculture products. Next, we also discussed the difference between Bay As-Salam and Bay Al-Istisna. First, the Bay As-Salam contracts requires the exchange of an instant price for postponed sale payments, the latter of which is a place as a liability of the Bay' as-Salam seller by description, while Bay' al-Istisna is a type transaction in which a commodity is sold before it is created. Bay' al-Istisna transaction takes place when the manufacturer agrees to create the goods for him.